Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Mr. Fleming here to say welcome back to learning, and I hope you've had as good of a break as you can. And I know it's going to be a little bit of a transition, going back to school after almost 4 weeks, and also, everything's kind of changed here. Obviously, I'm not in front of you in class. I'm talking to you through video. So there's a lot of adjustment for both you and I. But the most important thing is to make sure that you're doing okay, that you're taking care of yourself, taking care of your family, and that I'm here to support you, to help you, and to get the learning that you can get out of this given the situation. There are challenges, right? I mean, obviously just working through this platform is different. The good news is that I have been doing my master's in educational technology, and I teach computers, and so this shouldn't be too big of a challenge for me, but I know for you, this is going to be it's fundamentally different than probably how you've learned before, and so we're just going to have to make the best of it. And I understand, that some of us might have technology challenges, time challenges, all these other things that are going on in your life, and maybe this isn't going to be your focus, and I completely understand, okay? So just keep the lines of communication open with me, and we can work things out. You can hear my kids in the background, right? That's what's going to be happening a lot of the time. Now, one good thing is you guys have all experienced an LMS, and that is a learning management system, and that is Edmodo. I'm going to move away from Edmodo. Teams, to my surprise, seems to be as good as, in some ways better than Edmodo. There's some differences. Since we did the first assignment, you're learning about those differences, and I'm learning about them as well. So as we go through, the first couple weeks, things are going to be sort of, testing the waters, see how it goes. They'll be learning on both sides. All I ask for you is your patience, and for you guys to be reasonable and, act mature on this platform, because it isn't, Snapchat, it isn't, whatever else you're using. Friendster, anybody use Friendster still? MySpace, no, okay, right? You don't, it's a different platform, and we just have to learn how to behave in that platform. Now, in terms of learning overall, you're looking probably, teachers have been told an hour to an hour and a half a week. So you're looking at 8 to 12 hours of learning. And I highly suggest that you schedule some time. You put an hour and a half, sort of if you're looking over 5 days, right? 12 hours, let's say, you're looking at maybe, an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours a day that you should sort of schedule into your time. So I would set aside a bit of time. Keeping a little bit of a schedule is going to help you out. I mean, the easiest thing to do is just let things slide, and, as a student, right, if I don't have a schedule, if I don't have to have things done at a certain time, it can be a bit of a challenge to get things done. So I'm asking you to try to create a bit of a schedule. If you need some help or need some advice, let me know, and I can do my best to sort of help you out. Because I've learned as a student as well during my master's recently, it's not always easy to say, hey, I got to get this done, and set aside that time. So if you want some advice or you need some help doing that, let me know, and I can try to help you out as best I can. But I would highly take a day and say, okay, maybe in the morning do an hour, hour and a half, work on this subject this morning. In the afternoon do an hour, hour and a half. And before you know it, right, you'll be up and you'll be working on things, getting things done, and then you'll be able to schedule other things in your day. Okay, it's kind of the hardest thing. I had a girlfriend in grade 12. I know it's hard to believe, but she said the sort of thing that stuck with me, and I guess this 25 years. She said to me that if you want something done, you give it to a busy person, because that busy person is going to have a schedule. They're going to prioritize. They're going to get things done. When you don't have anything to do, things just sort of put on the back burner, and you don't get things done. So just try to get, try to put a little schedule there together. Mentioned it before. The other big thing is to make sure you communicate with me. If you're struggling, if you're having problems, I'm going to do my best to communicate with you. But there are 200 of you spread across. I'm teaching 8 different courses. It is a little bit of a challenge. I can't just sort of walk in and teach you now, right? I've got to do a little bit more in terms of prep, in terms of getting the lesson there. It is a bit of a challenge to make sure that all 200 of you are doing what you need to do. And so if you're having challenges, you're having problems, you can contact me through Teams. There's a private sort of, so you don't have to post it publicly. You can find me and talk with me personally. If you can't figure out how to do that, just email me, okay? If you can't do that, you know how to do it through Edmodo. I'll still check Edmodo there. You can do it that way, okay? But the key thing is to try to talk to me, okay? Just send me a quick message. Hey, Mr. Fleming, I can't get this done this week, or I need some help. Let me know. I'm flexible. I'm willing to help you. I'm here to help you. That's my job. That's what I want to do, right? I'm all here for you, and so that's my goal. Okay. In the end, let's just make this as best that we can. Okay. Like I said, this is a challenge for everybody, but there's some opportunity here. I'm going to help you out, teach you some lessons. I'm going to always give you a little bit of a, hey, if you want to go on and learn a little bit more, here's some opportunities, because it is a sort of, in some ways it's really restrictive in what we can do. But for other people, there are some opportunities there that can open up. And so I'm always willing there to help you out. If you've got extra questions, you say, hey, Mr. Fleming, could I do something like this? Could you help me out with it? More than likely, I'll do my best. I will always do my best to help you out if I can. I'm not taking any courses at the moment. I finished my last, well, not my last two, but the last two that I was taking, I'm done. I've only got one more. That starts in the middle of May. So I do have a bit more free time, although I am spending a bit of time trying to teach my kids as well. And hopefully that they're learning a few things as well here. All right, so please take care of yourself, take care of your families. Try to learn, try to follow along with what I'm going to teach you here. Be open with your communication. Let me know if you're having problems. Let me know if you think I could do something better, okay? Give me feedback. That's what I'm here for, okay? Great. I'm going to talk about our specific lessons for each class, but that was my sort of overview there. And let's get going. Hello, game coders. How are you doing? Mr. Fleming here, just to talk a little bit about what we're doing this week and the expectations for this week. Unfortunately, probably we cannot access your game, or not easily. So we're going to sort of leave our breakout game for the moment and hopefully get back to it maybe. You could just sort of wrap it up. So we're going to start fresh with Space Invaders. Space Invaders. Now, first things first though, downloading Unity. This may not be a possibility for some of you. Okay, I put in the worksheet for this week, I put in the link to get Unity. Let me know if you cannot get into Unity, okay? I'll work something else out. It might be Pygame, it might be learning sort of some programming, making games through JavaScript, so we can do it sort of online or with a simpler download. We'll see, okay? We'll make it work, but I need to know who can and who can't get into Unity. So that's what, in the template for the task this week, there is that sort of question, could you get Unity successfully, okay? Don't worry, this is not going to be the end of the world if you can't get it, but do your best to try to get Unity on the computer, because I think, we'd like to sort of continue with Unity here. But if we can't, we will figure that out. As we move into Space Invaders this week, there's a little bit of a history there, and so I'd like you to sort of watch a video. It's about 12 minutes long, I think. It talks a little bit about how advanced, I guess, Space Invaders was for the time, and it's kind of a neat progression, and that's what I've tried to do with the course, is actually progress from Pong to Breakout to Space Invaders, because there is an actual connection there, and you can see that sort of growth and the changes in computers and the controversies with Space Invaders, if you could imagine. The idea of just even shooting was a sort of a big issue, and so you hopefully find that a little bit interesting, and there's just a little thing for you to write down a couple things that you found that were interesting in that video there. Okay, I've also put the link to getting started with Space Invaders in there, so there's videos to follow. The challenging thing will be when you run into problems. I'm still going to work out how this is going to work. I think I can remote control your screen and take over your screens, so there might be some situations there that we'll have to set a time that, hey, Mr. Fleming, can you help me out? Okay, let's meet here, and I'll sort of come onto your computer. I should be at my computer, most of the day. There'll be meetings and things like that. I'll go for lunch and go downstairs for lunch. I'm here to help you as best I can, but it's not as easy as me just sort of, coming up to your computer and helping you out. So we'll work that out, and I completely understand. It's a new experience for you, new experience for me, but we'll make it work out as best we can. Okay? So make sure you do that. Try to get Unity on your computer. I know some of you already got it, no problems. Watch that little video that's linked there in the Space Invaders and fill out the little template. And if you want to get started on Space Invaders, there is links to the videos, and hopefully you can start making your game there. But no expectation on that, but if you want to, go ahead and get started. All right. Anyways, please have a good day, and we'll talk to you later. Okay, see ya.